I've been trying to follow hair advice of people who have similar hair types to me.
Yes, you are.
I also feel a little bit of imposter syndrome because I am just a first-time mom, a new mom.
Even baby is saying, wow, look at all that laundry.
So cute. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Remember when I said I was going to fix the lighting in here? Well, unfortunately, but also fortunately, baby is napping right now in his mama-roo, so we're just not going to mess with the lighting. I wanted to tell you that based off your recommendations, I have been trying new BB CC creams. 2 of them that were prevalent among what my friends suggested to me, as well as what you guys put on the last vlog, or maybe it was the vlog before, I can't remember right now, was the It Cosmetics CC cream. I liked it because it had SPF, but I'm also going to try the Bare Minerals one, since this one does have a formulation that's a little bit thick with summer and spring coming up. I think maybe it would make me a little bit more oily, especially because I'm getting my natural skin texture, so to speak, back. When I was pregnant, I did find that my hair and my skin was a little bit less oily. I also wanted to say that I have been following a lot of recommendations to try to fix my hair problem, because I think that the issue that I'm having with my hair lightening at the ends, of course growing darker at the roots, is one that's normal, especially if you have a lighter colored hair. And if you have fine hairs like myself, that's just going to happen naturally. But as I was saying, I think one of the major problems of why this is happening is because my ends are kind of fried. So long story short, I've been trying to follow hair advice of people who have similar hair types to me and similar colors, whether it's a couple shades lighter, the actual shade, or a couple shades darker. So I'm going to link some of the content I've enjoyed over the past couple of weeks. And this is falling off of my head right now. Okay, I just clipped it back for now because we don't have time. We have to get going before baby wakes up. Today we had a little bit of a late start because baby decided to wake up later, which I'm not complaining about because that's pretty awesome. He woke up at 7:30. He had a little bit of a moment at 4 a.m. and he does still get up to eat once a night. Doesn't really bother me because he gets up, I feed him. If his diaper is super full, I will change him and he goes right back to bed. But at 4 a.m. what he really wanted was his pacifier, and he kept dropping it out of his mouth. And so I think that's one of the reasons why he slept in until 7:30 when he usually wakes up at 6:30, was because he was waking himself up. So like I mentioned in one of my previous vlogs, I always hesitate to vlog because I want it to be perfect for all of you, but that never happens since life is what it is, and especially now having a baby, things are unpredictable. I usually just film any type of video when I have a spare second, and he enjoys being in his swing because he doesn't always like being in his swing. He's not always a fan. I can't tell you the amount of times I have prepared makeup or like what I was going to say for a video and then it didn't exactly work out. So my point here is that I had to remind myself that many of you would just prefer that I put something out rather than like waiting and trying to make it look perfect. And so my goal with this video is that I want to show you a little bit of what we do in the morning, kind of catch up, and we'll see where the day takes us. So like I mentioned, the lighting isn't that good here, but you can kind of see where we are at with the hair. I am losing some hair. I did want to get bangs to remedy that, but also the fact that I've talked about in the past that I wanted to get bangs because I have a larger forehead. Although many of you gave me some good advice on Instagram not to do that because we don't want the hair to get all jaggedy as it's falling out if I get bangs. You know, that would look a little bit strange on my forehead. But anyway, you can kind of tell. I would try to keep it as long as possible. And also you can kind of tell that around my face, I do need to cut a little bit because I do have a natural cowlick, and every time that my hair is long, it really accentuates that. Baby is now awake, so I'm going to get myself dressed as well as him dressed, and then I will show you a couple more things that we are doing this morning.
He's smiling at me. Love you. Doing a good job. Yes, you are.
Hello friends. So baby is playing on his tummy time pillow right now, and you might hear a couple of sounds like that one from his toys that he likes to play with now. He just loves so much to grab things. He's so much more mobile. He is almost turning around, but he's a big baby, and I don't know if this is an old wives' tale or if it's actually true, but big babies sometimes take a while to, you know, turn, to be more mobile, to sit, to crawl, but he's trying his best. So I want to give you a 4-month postpartum update as quickly as I can. Like I mentioned, baby's doing pretty well. I don't have any major concerns, and I feel completely blessed for that reason. As for me, I'm also doing well. I just put out a romanticizing motherhood video with some concrete tips about what I did postpartum that helped me. Know that I've had bad days, and some days I am very tired and I drink a little bit too much coffee, but regardless, I think that mindset has been a huge thing for me. Every day does look a little bit different around here, so I am trying to show you a little bit what we do in the morning. We like to take it slow. Every day is an adventure, and I'm just here along for the ride of his life. On Instagram, once I remember more tips that I didn't include in my last video, I will put it there. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I would highly recommend that you follow me there. I am slowly starting to lose more weight. I haven't been heavily dieting or anything of that sort. I just figure that, you know, I will reevaluate how I feel about my body a couple months down the road and then make the necessary adjustments there. But as a lot of you know, I did have to eat more to get pregnant. So I don't think I will ever go back to my eating habits that I had before that period of time, just because it wasn't necessarily healthy for me, and I had to adjust to being confident in my body with a little bit more curves. Speaking of curves, I do have a style video coming up where I will talk about some wardrobe changes and some things that I did to adjust my feminine wardrobe, essentially to embrace more of my body in this season, as well as practical tips based on my lifestyle, but also feeling feminine, because as many of you know, I like to wear a lot of dresses when I can. Not all the time, I still wear pants, and I'm even wearing black leggings under this dress. But if I can put on a house dress, then that's a win for me. I also do want to make a Q&A in the next couple of weeks. So many big video goals where I can answer more specific postpartum questions. I feel as though I don't necessarily have a lot to say with my 4-month postpartum update because there really aren't many big factors that jump out of my mind. But if you are looking for a specific question, I will probably ask questions again on Instagram over the next couple weeks. I guess the last thing that I want to say, you doing a good job? Yes, you are. Yeah, you do a good job. I love you. Just wait 1 second. Play with your little toy. So I guess the last piece of advice that I wanted to tell you is that one of the biggest things that helped me all throughout postpartum that I didn't necessarily mention that much in the video on romanticizing motherhood has been the mindset aspect. Understanding that what might work for you or what might be like the gold standard of something might not work for you and might not work for somebody else. And just learning to be confident in your own decisions as a mother. You know, there are seldom few things that are extremely negative when it comes to dealing with yourself postpartum as well as your baby. A lot of these things are just choices that you make as a parent. Like, for example, I've been very vocal about the fact that I practice attachment parenting, which isn't that popular in North America. There's no reason in getting too defensive, for example, in comparison to like what I have chosen for my family versus like what other people have chosen. There's no point in passing judgment on others. This can range from a lot of parenting issues, but learning to find confidence in what you're doing definitely helps with like the questioning, because there's so much different advice out there. I also feel a little bit of imposter syndrome because I am just a first-time mom, a new mom. So I don't want to dish out like too much advice because every baby is different. The next baby could be a very high needs baby. Another thing I wanted to tell you before I go play with baby who's slipping off of his tummy time pillow right now, but he's still enjoying himself, is I wanted to give you some book recommendations. Unfortunately, I don't have femininity recommendations or resources this time around, but hopefully in the next vlog I do. I have been listening to 2 audiobooks. As always, I can't completely vouch for everything I recommend on my channel, especially because I haven't even gone through all of these books myself. First one is The Boy Crisis, and the second one is Raising Critical Thinkers. These are more so parenting books for later on, but I do hope to have another child, and I feel as though life is going to get more hectic as I progress through parenting this child and hopefully getting pregnant. So I'm trying to get ahead on parenting books right now, and I am a person who is a little bit naturally nerdy in terms of my personality. So I love a good psychology book or like a commentary book on like the culture today. You can kind of see that reflected in my own channel, even though I am a highly sensitive person, so I don't try to get too controversial on here. But yeah, check those books out. I will link them down below. And now it's time to play with baby. Outfit of the day. Very loose fitting dress. Black leggings. So now, follow us as we are about to go do some chores. And I always have a scrunchie on my wrist, so I comb my hair up and down.
Yeah, I know, baby. Let's go.
And you might hear some Elmo in the background because I like to keep on some music or whatever there is on my YouTube playlist for baby.
All right, so baby keeps looking at the camera since a lot of times we FaceTime my mom and he thinks that she's on there, but she's not. It's just all of you. So we have some laundry to do. Every day I try to do a load of laundry. I'm so behind on laundry. It is what it is. I have a huge basket of laundry. I will show you. Oh my goodness. Even baby is saying, wow, look at all that laundry. So we're going to go downstairs, do the laundry. Then during this time of the day, I always also try to get a little bit of housework done. Since we are going to the grocery store today, I am cutting my list down short and we're just going to do a little bit of a vacuum and a Swiffer of the main floor. See what I'm talking about? My hair right here definitely needs to be cut a little bit. But anyway, remember when I talked about the dusty basement project? Well, we have a door now. So I know it's not that exciting, but I'm showing you this because from what my husband explained, adding a door to your basement helps with the value of your house. But also, if you wanted to rent out the basement for extra income, or if you're going through a hard time because the cost of living is absurd, then that might help you. I also wanted to ask you all if you have some recommendations for baby carriers. I really like this one, Ergo Baby Embrace. I've talked about it before. However, he is a big baby and I think I need something with a little bit more support. Ta-da! The bed is made and now let's get this baby fed, changed, and ready for a walk. This is the first time I'm vlogging to myself in my neighborhood talking like this, and many people in my neighborhood work from home, but they're also elderly, so I definitely feel like somebody is watching me. But it doesn't matter. I am on my way to the grocery store. We love to do our errands on foot because 1, this exercise for me. 2, baby is a micro napper, but when he is in the stroller, he takes great naps, often 1 to 2 hours. So it's perfect. I get my me time. I can listen to a podcast. All around great. I talked about on Instagram how I'm going to review the stroller that I have, but since I want to encourage you to watch the vlog, I'm going to review it right now. Mentioned how I did a lot of research picking out a stroller, and I was lucky that my aunt gifted us a stroller, but she wanted to know a couple of options of what she could buy. So I ended up being undecided and narrowed down to 2 options, the first one being this one and the other one was the Even Flow Pivot, I believe. I will put the name on it right now. So anyway, pros is that it looks like the very expensive UpPaBaby Vista. It has that posh look, and that was important to me because, yep, that's a little bit of a vanity point, but it was important to me. And I didn't want to buy the UpPaBaby Vista because I didn't want to spend $2,000 on a stroller and a stroller system. That just wasn't something that I wanted to do. Also, apparently when I was a baby, I only wanted to be worn in a carrier, and I hated the stroller, and so did my brother, and I had no clue if my baby would be like that too. So dropping a lot of money on a stroller, even though this stroller is still pricey. Thankfully we were gifted it, but dropping that much on the Ferrari of strollers just wasn't something that I felt necessarily comfortable, even though I know many of you love that stroller, because when I asked on Instagram for stroller recommendations, that was one of the top recommendations. Anyway, another pro is that's pretty popular. A lot of you also suggested this stroller. I've seen other influencers who have this stroller. Smooth, and the basket space is very, very spacious, which was another thing that was so important to me, because like I will show you, I'm going to pack it so full. Very lightweight, it's easy for me to transport, and I'm not that strong. I'm working on getting stronger because I have a big baby, but even the car seat is pretty easy. The negatives, which I think is probably true for most strollers, is I had to watch a video on how to install even the car seat rather than read the manual, because it was a little bit confusing. My husband and I did it, as well as my dad. So it took 3 of us to do it, and my mom helped me figure out how to take the car seat off the actual stroller. Another negative is that the buckles and clasps sometimes get stuck. They're a little bit difficult to put on and off. Thirdly, which is something that somebody told me about this stroller, is that if you have a wide baby, the car seat doesn't really last for that long. And my baby, I thought, because everybody kept telling me that he was in the 50th percentile, that he would be not that big, even though I was wrong, and he ended up being in the 90th percentile. So I don't know how long the actual car seat portion is going to last. Look at how beautiful it is outside. Look at the sun. It feels so warm. That first day that feels like spring after Canadian winter feels like summer. Okay, I'm in the garage, and as you can tell, I look a little bit flustered because that was quite the workout since it is warm outside. I'm going to unload these groceries. You can probably hear baby in the background in the stroller, so I have to take him out. I encourage you to like the video if you enjoy vlogs. Go through my vlog playlist if you want to watch more vlogs, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.